I blame men for almost everything right after the relationship starts. But pre the relationship, that's on her to ensure that she find a man that's gonna be around after he nutted her. Like the responsibility to protect the chastity or to protect herself from outside forces coming inside of her falls on her initially, unless it's a situation of grape. Like so, the man being required to marry her, she should have made that requirement prior to opening. You know what I'm saying? If that's the route she wanted to go. So
But we
I
keep
don't know.
so I keep hearing us going back to the woman. My simple question was, is it his duty? His duty. Now it has nothing. Is if a man gets a woman pregnant, is it his duty
No.
to make an honest woman out of the
No.
mother of the child? Or
So in this day and age,
listen, y'all, or should he follow his happiness, which would be elsewhere?
His happiness. I think he's going to follow his happiness, because even if he say that he's not following his duty, that or that he is following his duty and not happiness, if you ask him the ideal situation, he'll still say the ideal situation is for him to have a kid with his wife and be married. And so when he has the child and he decides not to get married and he decides to do something else, he's going against what he naturally believes should happen. So I think he's following his happiness then. He's saying, I don't want to do this. And a want is not a need, it's a want. So that's your happiness that you're following instead of your duty.
I could kind of concur with that a bit, but I think that in this situation, I think we're being a little bit dishonest. I think in that situation today, women have a lot more power than they did back then. Things today have completely flipped. And sort of a woman in that circumstance could choose to keep the child, could choose to abort the child. That woman could choose to put that child up for adoption or give up her parental rights to that child as well.
That's true, but we're not talking about the women, right? We're talking about the men
Right,
and
because
what they
he can
decide
also
to do, right?
not
But the dynamic comes from
ejaculate.
power.
Listen, we on this show, we are very smart individuals. Everybody and on this show, we believe that if you do not want a baby, it is up to you to protect yourself. Meaning, if you are a man and you know you don't want a child, skeet somewhere else, not inside of her, because biology 101, a baby may come. As a smart person, we know that that's sperm, meets an egg, and then there's a baby that is born. So women should protect themselves if they don't want a baby. Men should protect themselves if they don't want a baby. That's how this works. Okay. Yeah. So if you go in and you're a participant and you know you're not ready for a baby, oh my, what should I do? Well, condoms are free of charge at your local health department.
Well, the reason I struggle to answer that is because sometimes you, like you said, a woman might tell you she on birth control and not be on birth.
Again, that is her. You should. Okay, a woman can also tell you that she a virgin.
That's true.
Why do y'all believe women on?
I wouldn't trust the F as far as I can go. I wouldn't trust the F as far as I can go.
Right, I don't understand that. You don't believe her nothing else.
No goddamn way I'm gonna put my freedom and my livelihood, my well-being in a woman's hand. Hell no. I will not accept a rubber from a woman because I don't know her dents. There's no damn way I would do that. I'm coming with my own. If I don't have one, I'm jacking off at night. And
I just want to get Shan on record. I want to get Shan on record real quick. I just want to get Shan on record with this. Yeah. So you're saying that women are liars. I need to get you on record now.
Listen, some are. I think that people lie. Both women and men, we lie. Yes.
Oh, you're going around the press
specifically about women.
Oh, yes. I think that there are a lot of dishonest women, for sure. I think the only person you can trust is your immediate family, if you trust them, and yourself. Some people are
2023. Got it. Thank you.
Shantae, the way you be phrasing these questions, I'm gonna let Trigger Mike draft me into the gender war. Because you be
Go ahead, Enos. I'm gonna do super chat, and we're gonna go into the video. Go ahead, Enos.
All right. So I've been just kind of sitting back and listening to this kind of conversation unfold, and I think it's really interesting and telling all at the same time because we are so quick to blame fatherlessness on so many things, and the fact that it has not come up in this conversation, I think, is incredibly intriguing, right? Because at the end of the day, the shotgun weddings were only happening because fathers were enforcing it. It's not a man's sense of duty and obligation. It wasn't that woman keeping her knees together. It was a father somewhere who said, I'm not putting up with any of this. The two of you are going to figure this out. Right? That is really the only thing that has changed from where men were forced into these marriages and women were forced to be wives in these situations to what we have going on now is we don't have anybody to be like, nope, no, we're not doing it this way, we're going left and not right.
But aren't we all responsible for ourselves, you know?
Yeah, if that was true, what is the role of the parent?
Well, once you become an adult, you become responsible for yourself. And even as a kid, there's still a level of responsibility to the things that you were taught or that you were asked to do. If they told you to go to school, right, and you didn't go to school, there was consequences to that action. Just like when you say, hey, if you don't use a condom, you have sex with this person. I go back to the original, the thing that we're going on, is that the responsibility is, or the duty, it's to the woman or to the child is based on the brother. Just like what you feel like you're responsible for as a woman is based upon you. You make the decision of what you want to make your duty or your responsibility.
So I think that thought process is a byproduct of the state of society that we're at now. The honest truth is it's community that determines that dictates that. Community is the thing that dictates what your responsibilities and obligations are. But with the fatherlessness that has happened to the degree that it's happened, the sense of community has deteriorated, so individualism has taken over.
I partly agree with you because people always had a choice. It's just that people decided to follow or people didn't. The people that decided not to follow, a lot of bad things happened to them. And they had to live with that decision. But we always had a choice since the dawn of time.
Did anybody else have anything? So we're going to go into the super chats and then we have a video to watch. Anybody?
Just one last thing at the end of the day, men, women control the controllables. That's it.